Hello, welcome back to the creative world of Grillenheimer. I had a really rough night last night, but what I want to show y'all is a lot of the stuff that I've been doing. I found a sheet because I have one sheet for Power Masters, and this was my original sheet, and I thought I'd lost it. And when I was going through the TFWiki site and really digging into Power Master names, personalities, and whatnot for like HiTest and Throttle, Sorgen, Soriza, I think that's how it's pronounced, Galen, Carry, Lube, Hotwire, Rev, HiQ, and I added in Sparkplug, in Kyra was not a Power Master, but I added her in here anyway. Sparkplug was never a Power Master, but his name sounds like he should be one, even though he was Buster Spike, pick a character's dad from the cartoon and comics. Sorgen was really a hefty guy on the council. So, and Soriza was another female who I may make, so I can maybe equal it out with two females with Kyra. I already have one female, don't I? I forgot her name. Lyra. That's right. I have Lyra, but I've already started drawing. I drew a Kyra. That sounds funny. And I was starting Soriza, but let's sort of, and then I actually found a lot of brainstorming names down here: M block, pushrod, manifold, filter, pull and bearing, intercooler, valve train. So just a lot of neat stuff that I had written down that I'm glad I found. I just so glad I found. In some neat stuff for Rev and HiQ that I originally had that I might change them. Because HiQ was a program engineer, so I might remake him into a specialist, restoring to health and take off its focus or whatever. Telecommunication was Rev, another specialist, to be able to add another character's attack to the character he's attached to, as long as 6-star or less, or stuff. I just really good brainstorming here. So in the meantime, I came up with a lot of crazy names based on actual motors and things. And here is Varga, and what I may do with Varga, because originally the last time you saw this character or saw this drawing, I didn't have a bot mode. And I'm thinking, well, and at the time, with the kind of numbers that I had, I needed, I was wanting to have another mercenary. I only had one mercenary, and I think it may have been Varga. So I was going to have two mercenaries be both propellers and just simply get this in the system and flip it and do a similar character. So with that in mind, here, and I may rename Varga. I still like the name Varga, though. Here is his bot mode. You can just see there's a propeller here and the two coming out from the back. Here's the whatever the pistons are right here coming out from his front. Really cool pose. I've been using the newer reflector, and I only have one out of the three, so I can't make a camera or anything to go by for poses, because he's just pretty stiff. Just can put in all sorts of kind of poses. I love the new figures. They're just, the posability is just amazing. So here's this guy, and I kind of had another sketch for him originally, but this is my final one. I really like this. Just looks so cool. I surprised myself, Captain. So, there's him, and I don't know. Now that I have found this page, I might go back and rename some of my crazier Power Master names and make them a little simpler, like Manifold, Pushrod, M-Block, Valve Train. might do this. I might change some of my crazier Power Master names. And I've been doing, I just drew, since I had a bad night last night, guys, I was just in here drawing my little heart out. And here's Lube. In trying to find these figures or a picture of these tiny little figures online is hard as nails. I can find the figure, but it's so hard, to find them in their alt form. And I found Lube, but Lube was also like a stock car racer for the for the Japanese side. And I had to click on his Japanese name, and I finally found a picture of what looked like what should be his alt mode on, I think, Slapjack or Joyride, whoever he was. No, I came up with Slapjack, Slapdash or Joyride. And I think this is supposed to be his alt mode. And it was extremely tiny and facing the other way and really hard to see. And I made this nice and big and shaded. And I'm like, wow, that looks really good. So this is going to be Lube's alt mode. We got Lube here. Okay. Well, and I have done a couple of HiTests and throttles. I'm going to go with this HiTest. He looks like he has a beast head, and he really does. Where'd he go? So I know I'm jumping all around here. This was my original sketches for Varga before I finalized him. Just sort of getting the pose, getting an idea of his shape, where I wanted propellers, you know, stuff like that. And this stuff, his pistons or whatever they are. You did what in your cup? Let's see here. So I'm sorry, I'm a little disorganized. I apologize. This is not Throttle. Whoa, this is HiTest. I have an extra picture here. And this is HiTest's alt mode. In the middle of inking him, I have a couple of throttles who looks like Darth Vader, or I inked this one and then I found this one because I knew how I had drawn him before and I like this one better. But this one doesn't look half bad for what it is. They look very similar. I mean, you know it's Throttle. And Throttle's alt mode is right here. You know, just the square, they snap in in the original gimmick for the toys is they couldn't transform unless, or for the story wise on the shows, they couldn't transform until you put the Power Master in them. So they would be stuck in alt mode without their Power Master. But I'm doing that opposite with the game, to where when they start in bot mode, they get KO'd, they go on a character that has to be in alt mode, and then that character stays in alt mode with the Power Master on them. If your opponent knocks out your armor, your utility upgrade Power Master, you can flip again. So I thought that was a neat way of doing things card game wise, because you know, most of the time, except for a part of a few characters, normally your stronger mode is in bot mode. Normally, not always. So it gives you a reason to battle in alt mode, having a buff with a utility of all things, and being able to add a weapon and armor as well, as long as you can keep them on. So there's the strategy in that. And I had drawn this and thought this was my original HiTest, and it may have been, but then I'm like, well, I don't know who this is. But it was one of the first ones I did, and I thought it was HiTest or Throttle, but it's not. It could be Throttle, but I'm just going to have this either be Kyra or Sorgen. And here's Kyra, brand new character. Supposed to be a female character. She looks like something from Robotech or, what was that other show? Battle of the Planets. Here's Sorgen. and I was kind of looking at his Marvel comic character, a picture of him. He's kind of a hefty guy, and had these funky little things kind of on his shoulders, and I kind of tried to make his bot mode look a little similar to his Marvel comic character, but not so much. And here is Sparkplug. I have drawn Sparkplug. Oh, that's right. Okay, here's Kari's alt mode here. That's right. Yeah, yeah, like a hood vent, and there, little sexy looking, rounded, angular, kind of like how I kind of drew her. So yeah, I've got Kari. So we may make this other alt mode down here probably Sorgen. We'll make him Sorgen. In the meantime, where'd Sparkplug fly off to? Here we go. He's a little hefty. Based on, Spike's dad. I was really heavily looking at his hat, his helmet, his safety hat that he would normally wear, in his shirt, in his pockets and everything, for an actual bot mode. He's a strange looking Power Master, very rounded, but that's it. That's his Power Master mode, for what it is. Just, coming up with stuff and having fun with it. It's just a picture. Tis only a model. So in the one character that I'm kind of in the middle of, that I ended with last night, is Soriza. And you can tell she's female. Tried to give her the lip treatment. Oh God, I can't believe I said that. Making obvious that she's a female bot, a fembot. Just been really working on stuff, and I really like Varga. Oh my gosh, I really like Varga. And I may just simply, instead of having to draw another one, once I ink this one, take a picture of it, flip it, boom, new character. So I'm kind of getting tired of creating and doing stuff, but I could have sworn I had colored these guys already, and I was just going to get take pictures of them and get them in the system and get them on a card, since I already have Cronus ready for the most part. He has a card, but I can't find my colored versions of these. I mean, coloring them again is no big deal. I already have Cross-Eyed done. He's in the system. But I really want to get these done and finished in the MSE editor and really make them look snazzy. But yeah, it's been fun, guys. It really has been. And I have made a few more battle cards last night. These are nothing new. The Obelisk Throne Room and Dinobot Island here. I have another Dinobot Island, and it's got TFA on the side because it's from Transformers Animated, and it's not like this. It's not this strong. Been showing some stuff, sharing some stuff on Facebook. I'm trying not to overload everybody because I have so much stuff. And with Battlefield cards, I have to do them on my phone because it's a whole new card. Well, I have been tinkering around with the MSC editor, and I make it an action card, but I will actually write Battlefield card here, and I'm using the maximal green also to highlight them green and make sure they all have green pips to be able to swap on the flip. So just a lot of neat stuff. And I apologize if the last video I put out of me talking, I know y'all, I'm sure y'all are tired of me talking all the time and in a car and all this and not being able to see stuff like this. But it has been fun. It's been a job. Where was I going with this? I got to wrap this up, guys. Gosh, that's right. because I'm running out of room. And so I had no room for edit to be able to do what I needed to do. So there was no title card, no pictures, no nothing. It was just me talking. And I may have to do that one more time because I have already done a video and some of this stuff is just all out of order. Let me tell you, because I put out a video. I did a video, recorded it this weekend, put it out there about the future of my channel. And the thumbnail it picked for me was just atrocious. It looked like I was crying, and I'm like, really? And I was just, it's like, okay, I'm just deleting this. So that's why that disappeared, if anybody saw it or wondered. But you know, when I am done with these characters, when I am done, then I'm done. But that's right, I got these guys colored, and these guys, I may print these out today. All I did was I colored him here where I had them drawn. They're ready to be printed. And I have changed up his, I've tried to make these guys really simple, but when they're in their upgrade modes, I think that some other people have tried to do some reflectors that look a lot better than mine. They look, I mean, guys, if you found me, that's great. Your reflectors look wonderful compared to mine, I will admit, but I think I like the functionality of mine a little better. And I'm not being biased. Y'all's reflectors look really cool, and probably would work just fine. But I just don't like having counters, and a lot of y'all are just using counters for everything, and I'm like, that's all it needs, another counter. So I'm just trying to keep it the KISS method, keep it simple and stupid. So he has a buff, he has a buff, and it's just simple. It's just an ability for each of them. But when they're in upgrade mode, it's different. And you don't have you can use them separately, guys. You can use them separately. I will say that they are all 3-star characters. So when they're all in play, that turns into a 9-star character. So they have a little bit of meat and potatoes. I've already put their stats in there. I might bump up their health maybe by 1 each. They're very, very low because you want to get more use of them out of as utilities, because they're not utilities. They're upgrades. But that'll be for the next video, because let me tell you, this guy's done. I finally finished something. I just got to print him out. These guys, I'm so excited. With that, we'll see you next time. Have a blessed day. And if you happen to see Bruticus in the middle of a battle, just run up to him and say, hey, can you count to 10 for me? And see what happens. We'll have a great day. And always remember, flip out and let's roll for it.